Slim Diecast, bringing you a showcase today. We are adding a very, very rare Matchbox model, but before we can get to that, let's just roll through what we have to look for today. This is the Porsche 911 Carrera. This casting's been around for quite some time, since about 1999 is when it debuted, I believe, in the row. This is a German exclusive here. This was the first release right here, kind of in a dull yellow kind of color with a black interior. This is the, of course, the original version of the casting. There is the deets there. It does have a China base, so they were still making cars in China back in the day. I probably won't remember where every single one came, but I will do my best. This one also is a row release as well. In red, it says Carrera on the back. Silver print for the headlights on it. A little bit of print around the windshield there. Looks pretty good. The typical 5 spokes that they used back then. Same base deets on there. Looks okay. Just a decent version. It's alright. And then we had an action launcher. So this one came in an action launcher. This was actually one of the original action launcher auto carrier sets. So this one came with all sports cars. Happened to come with this one. Has a little bit of print on the interior right there to separate the front from the back, which looks pretty. It looks pretty good. A little bit of taillight print on the back. Nothing particularly fancy. They did not print the headlights. They were doing pretty much silver for all headlights. So they just gave it a couple of little turn signals there in the front, then of course still used a 5-spoke concave wheel, which I thought was a pretty good wheel. Even to this day, that's still a pretty good wheel. And then we had a 5-pack version. This was sports cars, I think, is the first one here. This was a regular release. So we still hadn't even gotten this in the basic range yet, I don't think. But this one in black says Carrera on the back. So it's got some taillight print on there. Gray interior, a little bit of print around the windshield there. Looks pretty good. Again, silver lights. That was pretty common back then. Just typical silver print. That one did get a variation. They were moving to a new wheel. We ended up calling it the flower wheel. So there was a variation on that. There is the flower wheel. Not a fan of that wheel, although it doesn't look bad on this car. It actually looks decent. It's not great, but it's decent. Certainly not as good as the 5-spoke, but it's decent enough. Then moving on to this blue one here. I do think this was a regular release. I don't really remember where all these are. To be honest with you, if you guys are really... now, I am showing these in order of release, but if you want to know where these came from, I would suggest to check out the Matchbox wiki page. It does have all these listed, except for a couple. One of them it doesn't have listed is this one right here in silver. This is also an action launcher version. This was a 2003 release. So we were up to 2003. This was, Hero City-ish. Hero City was getting ready to just unload on the world. So this one just has a Porsche symbol on there. No headlight prints, of course, because it's silver. A little bit of Matchbox logo in the back. That's it. Red interior. Super dark tinted window. The lace wheels, which I think look very good on this casting, and then there is the base deets, was still being made in China, good old China. And then there was I believe this was the Stars of Germany. Might have been Stars of Cars, but I think it's Stars of Germany. Just in solid dark blue. Nothing particularly fancy about it. There's just nothing done up. There's no logos on it. There's no headlight print, taillight prints, no nothing. It's just basic blue. Almost looks like a print sample, but that is exactly how it was released with the lace wheels, which again, I think the lace wheels look very, very good on that casting. Very, very good. And then 35th anniversary Superfast debuts. This is when Matchbox is trying to claw their way out of the Hero City era. This was a Superfast release. This one in metallic maroon with those really ugly cheap wheels. I always thought that those Superfast wheels made these look even worse. They were really, really, really cheap in my opinion. This one does have full prints front and back, although 35th anniversary Superfast was not that great a quality. Just a basic silver print again, but at least it gets print around the windshield, which is always a good addition for that particular one. Next one up, this one I do believe is a basic range release in blue. It's a metallic blue with the lace wheels. Looks very, very good. I think this was 2004-ish. Now, there's only 2 models I'm missing out of all of the Carreras. The one of them that I'm missing is the one that's right after this one. There was a metallic maroon that was a 2004 Row exclusive. It was only available in the Row range, which is rest of world. Means the US did not get it. We were getting all those Ultra Hero junk, and the rest of the world was still getting some sports cars. Not all of them, but some of them. All right, next wave of Superfast. When Superfast was getting a little bit better, they were still using these cheap wheels. But they did have this nice charcoal one. Again, the print's not that great, but at least we get it around the windshield. I do like those details there. It didn't even say Carrera on the back. It was just basic. But at least we got another version. I kind of hark on the Superfast because originally they were supposed to have like real rubber tires and all this other stuff, and it just massive budget cuts, and it just didn't work out. An alternate color is this one right here. This one in a kind of a steel blue, kind of a medium steel blue. Still has the same print, just basic silver for the headlights and basic taillights. No Carrera on there at all, which is unfortunate. No Porsche symbols either. Uses that same, blingy wheel. I really don't like that wheel. I hope that wheel never ever comes back because it looks super cheap. It looks like something you get from the dollar store. All right, next one up is this nice one in black. This one actually flipped the script, used some small 6-spoke wheels, which was very interesting. There is a plate on the back. You can decipher that to your heart's liking. This one looks okay. Again, just that basic silver print for the the headlights. No print around the windshield or anything like that. That is an additional cost that definitely went out the door. This was a dinky. So this one was either Stars of Cars or Stars of Germany. I'm pretty sure it was Stars of Cars. I think Stars of Cars came first. Cars of Germany, Best of Germany, Stars of Germany, whatever it was, came first, and then the Stars of Cars came. Now I forgot what I'm saying. Anyways, regardless, let's move on. That was one of those Euro releases. We'll just put it that way. All right, next one up is this one in this nice kind of metallic mustard kind of color. I really, really, really like this one. It got proper headlight prints, which look good. Still didn't get a Porsche symbol on there, though, which I thought was a little bit bummed. But it did don the D10s for the very first time, which looks absolutely fantastic. One of the best wheels the Matchbox has ever made. We do get good old Carrera there on the trunk lid. Looks pretty good. I do like this one. This one is very, very nice, very brilliant. Of course, production has moved to Thailand by this point in time. This is about 2007-ish for that release there. I think that one was a 5-pack, but it could have been 1 to 75. And then we got this one. This is the, I think that's actually a 1 to 75. This might have been a recolor right here. Again, you got to check Matchbox Wiki. It's a lot to remember. This one in a candy apple red. So proper prints on this one. D10s on there again. I really, really I love that wheel. It's such a good wheel. Carrera on the back. Taillight prints look pretty good. I do like the details on there. There is the Deets. You see there is no date code on here, so we're still pre-2009. We're still not making date codes. They didn't start doing date codes till like 2009, 2010, somewhere in that range. All right, next one up here. This one, again, another Thailand base. This one, 6 spokes. Running the 6 spokes. Only the second time to see the 6 spokes. Black interior on this one. I do believe this one was a single release. It says Carrera on the back. Even has the third brake light done up. Very, very nice prints on the front. Still no Porsche symbol. A little disappointed that most of these do not have a Porsche symbol on there. I think that's a little bit not good. And then this one was a 5-pack exclusive. This one, we're up to 2010 now. So this one in this really, really nice, deep blue looks ridiculously good. There is the headlight prints. Again, no Porsche symbol. There is the Deets in the back. We do have Carrera on there. There are your base Deets. See, we did start getting date codes on there. That one is D49. D49 for 2010. So they probably started doing date codes in maybe 2008-ish, maybe. Next one up, this was a single release. This one, actually, this was a 5-pack release. This one in kind of a kind of a lemon kind of color. I guess you can call it lemon. The prints on the headlights look pretty good, although it looks like a picture. Doesn't look very like detailed to the car. It does look good though. Taillight prints look much better. Just have some basic outline to them for the most part. There is a little Carrera in there as well. I think that Carrera should be on there every time if you're doing prints on the back. This does use the 5-spoke, which is a very nice wheel. Does have just a chrome lip on it, which is super cool. So throw that guy up in there. And then we're going to be moving on to the last release of the original casting. So there is the Deets. This one is dated E50. So this is the last version before they retooled the casting. There is your Deets on it. It does have a Porsche symbol on there, which is extremely good. This one, I believe, was a multi-pack. In a multi-pack. I don't think it was exclusive or anything, but it was in a multi-pack. The taillights look pretty good. This is very canary yellow, Tweety Bird yellow for sure, with matching 5 spokes. Probably one of the only times we've ever seen the 5 spokes with yellow print. I think it looks good. I think that is a winner for sure. This is the first release of the retooled casting. You see the interior has been dumbed down. The interior is definitely nowhere near as detailed as it used to be. You also see they added pedals on the floor. Probably just improved the way that the windshield attaches. The windshield is also thicker and a different shape. There is the Deets on the bottom. You can see it was retooled in 2019. This one dated in 35. So they just kind of cleaned up the casting a little bit. I think it was unnecessary, but they did it anyways. This one in a nice pearl white. We do have the Porsche symbol on the front, though. Looks good. Really like the tan interior, just not the fact of it's not having any detail. They did add the side mirrors as well. That is something that was not on the original version of the casting. There were no side mirrors. And then I think the fuel filler door here was pronounced as well. So a little bit of a change there. So throw that guy right there at the bottom. Next one up in the retooled version was this one in black. This one in a nice charcoal black. A nice big Porsche symbol on there, although you can't really make it out, but you can at least tell it's a Porsche symbol. Gray interior on this one, black base on this. They always have black bases on them. Carrera on the back, 5 spokes. Nothing particularly fancy. P03 is the day code for that particular one. So throw that guy right there. One of the coolest releases we ever got was this one in green. I do believe this was a basic range release. This one in nice deep green, forest green. Porsche symbol on the front. Lights look good. Gray interior is okay. I think a tan interior would have looked much better. Maybe a dark tan interior. It says Carrera on the back. The gold 5 spokes are very nice. They're a dull gold though. They're not a brilliant gold. So P51 is the day code for that one. For its gray base. So nice to see a different color base than just regular old black. And then we got this one in blue. This is kind of a regular blue. You know, we had like super dark blue, kind of a medium blue, metallic blue, super dark blue. So we've kind of had blues all over the place. This one's probably more of a like a cerulean sky blue. Looks pretty good though. Full prints on the front as the rest of them have had. Pretty common release. Nothing particularly fancy with here. Most of the Porsches from the modern era of the retooled version have front and rear Deets. Nothing particularly fancy. S27 is the day code for this one with the good old 5 spokes. Throw it in there. And then the very last release that has come out for this particular one, this was actually a re-release. It was a re-release of that particular one. It's a 5-pack release. It's a Blue Highways, I believe. I believe that was the first Blue Highways. This is Blue Highways 2. So it's an updated casting. So really not too much to go about. It's quite different. And of course the shades are very different as well. But still has those same black 5 spokes with the chrome ring on it. The prints look good. Still says Carrera in the back. Just the retooled version. Nothing particularly fancy. S35 is the date on that one. Now, we went through all of those because, of course, we're adding a variation, a very rare variation. Now, if you guys know your Matchbox, you can probably pick out which car has the variation. This one right here, the 2010 Modern Rides 5-pack, has one of the rarest variations in the history of the Mattel-Era. It's not the rarest by far, But it's definitely like top 5 probably. And that is this. Here is the pack. And there it is. That is the tri-spoke wheel variation for the Modern Rides 2010 5-pack. Easily a top 5 of the rarest variations of the Mattel-Era. Certainly not as rare as, say, the white Aldar scraper, but super rare. So we're just going to go ahead and get this open. I already have all the rest of the models in this mix in the collection. Obviously, I got this Modern Rides 5-pack back when it was new. This was actually picked up by a buddy of mine, and I was pretty enthusiastic about it, and he let me buy it from him. So I'm really stoked about that. Thank you, Nick, very much. I appreciate that. This is one of the kind of grail pieces that have been on my list for quite some time. The tri-spokes actually look pretty good. They look pretty good on this casting. It's not great, but it definitely gives a nice, like, old school, you know, kind of classic vibe to the casting. You know, especially from the side profile, it definitely makes it feel old school Porsche for sure. I don't particularly want them to bring the 3-spoke back. I think the casting looks so much better with the D10s and the 5-spokes that we don't need that. But this is a very rare piece. And I am super happy that I get to add this to my collection. You see, this casting is a little bit tweaked, but that's okay. That's okay. If you see on the base here, you see the casting's a little bit wide up here, but that's perfectly fine. I don't really care. It's perfectly fine. It happens that way. So I'm not going to try to like push that back or anything. It is what it is, straight out of the package into the collection. Very nice, very rare collection. Rare variation piece to add. So there is the twins right there. So we'll just set him right there up in the corner. Those two right there. So we're going to roll out. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about the 911 Carrera. One of the coolest castings Matchbox has ever done. Of course, it's Porsche. Everybody loves Porsche. Like I said, I'm only missing 2 versions. One of them was that 2004 Row exclusive, and then there's the blue. There's a blue one that's a re-release of this guy in the France International series that came out last year. I don't have that one. So those are the only 2 Carreras I don't have out of all the releases. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level 'em, Diecast.